In this infinite cosmos vastness, there can be no sick or discordant cells, as one sick or discordant cell would throw all out of unison. Then for a time chaos would result. This also pertains to the human organism when disturbed by discordant thought. It was from this central control that the term Godhead was evolved. The heartbeat of the human unit corresponds to this heart-throb, although in miniature. Man is from and is a counterpart of the intelligence which has control of the whole aqueous source. He is coexistent with the source, and draws all direct from the great aqueous reservoir, just as the great central sun draws from that source, but in greater degree because of his union with the greater intelligence which is directing the source. Man, the unit of humanity, is a well-organized divine universe, though infinitesimal compared with the great whole of the universes. Yet man, as the unit of humanity, when he assumes and takes actual charge of his divinity, is most necessary, as he is of the great intelligence that is before and in control of the whole divine plan of all the universes. Thus, would all the universes be destroyed, man, in complete cooperation with primal intelligence, which interpenetrates and pervades all emanations in the aqueous, as well as down to the lowliest physical forms, starting with light emanation, could rebuild all the universes. Should such a catastrophe occur, man not only has the power, but is the power that does resolve himself back into primal intelligence, wherein there is no destruction. When quiet again reigns and harmony is restored, it matter not to man, when he is back into primal intelligence, how many billions of ages pass to bring about primal perfection, in order that the whole process may be started over again. Here man maintains oneness with infinity, and can afford to wait until the time is ripe for the bringing forth of the universe. Then, with the preserved consciousness of former experiences, he is better equipped to assist in the bringing forth of a more perfect and lasting condition. In this man can never fail, as he is more definite than any form, and failure is not written in his horizon or in his consciousness. The infinitesimal becomes the infinite of all forms. When the wise sage says, "I am deathless, ageless, eternal, there is not a thing in life or light that I am not," he is looking into and sees this vista. This is true divinity. The ascension is truly his. Next chapter. When the speaker closed, we realized that the sun was well past the meridian. We sat there, not spellbound, but enraptured, as we were actually enclosed in the vista that had been set before us. Where had the horizon gone? We had dropped it entirely. We were in and of infinity. The infinite was ours for the reaching out and acceptance of it. Do you wonder, could we grasp the magnitude of who we were, where we were, and the importance of our place in the great plan of the cosmos? Not yet, dear friends, not yet. Would the world accept it? We did not know. We had looked into the long, long past. What the future portends we know not until we have proved it by actually living the present. What the past has been for millions of years we have seen. We will look forward toward this accomplishment, knowing that the future extends as many millions of years as has been portrayed before us. We have dropped our old beliefs, forgiven them entirely, and we look forward to every accomplishment, not hopefully, but knowing. The old beliefs, where are they? Gone, dispelled like a mist. The cosmos stands forth, crystal clear. We were aware that the sun was shining, but there was such a crystal brightness back of the sunlight that the sun seemed to darken. We collected our notes and moved toward the entrance of our sanctuary. As we projected the impulse to take the step, we were traveling on beams of light rays. Thus we entered the room, yet there was no limiting walls. The cosmos still enraptured and enthralled us. Could it be that we were an intricate part of this giganticity? The gigantic lies prostrate before the grandeur of the surroundings. We sat down and allowed the silence completely to immerse us. Not a word was spoken. We were not even conscious of the passing of time until someone announced that the table was spread. The meal was of keen, momentary pleasure, but the keynote of our whole lives was the hours that had just passed. The sun had again reached the horizon and was fast disappearing as we arose from the table and walked out upon the ledge. What a vista lay before us! It was not sunset, it was eternity. Just a brief chapter being enacted for us. And here were our dear friends, living with it chapter by chapter. Do you wonder that their lives are immortal? Do you wonder that we call them masters? Yet not a hint of this ever passed their lips. We asked, "May we call you masters?" Their answer was, "Sons, we are but yourselves." Oh, the beauty, the simplicity. Why can we not be as beautifully humble? As we were preparing to leave the ledge, instead of going down the stairs as we anticipated, we walked to the brink. No sooner had we reached the edge than we were all in the garden of the lodge. Not one of our party was conscious of what had taken place. We were not cognizant of going through the air or any movement at all. By this time we were so accustomed to surprises that we simply accepted the situation. From the garden we walked to the village and found that all was in readiness for our early start, and that a number of the villagers had left to break trail through the snow that still blanketed the mountain pass to a depth of 10 or 12 feet. This pass was about 50 miles from the village, at an elevation of 12,000 feet above sea level. A large portion of the country is rugged and very difficult to travel over. It is the custom to pack the trail through the snow the day previous to its use so that the packed snow will freeze, thus supporting men and animals. We arose long before dawn to find that every detail had been attended to. Jasta and the Moon Eye were to accompany us. The entire village had assembled to bid us Godspeed. We all regretted the necessity of leaving this village where we had spent 2 winters. We had formed a deep attachment for every one of the people there and knew that this feeling was reciprocated. They were simple, kindly folks. In order to show their appreciation, many went with us 5 or 6 miles. We exchanged our last farewells and were again on our way to India. Before we were actually to look down upon the southern slopes of the Himalayas, months would have elapsed. As we walked along with the main body of the caravan, we became conscious that we were walking without effort. At times we seemed to see some point on the trail ahead like a vision. The instant the point became definite, we were there, sometimes miles ahead of the main caravan. At the noon hour, we found fires going and a meal prepared by 3 of the villagers who had stopped for this purpose. After lunch they returned to the village. We were told that the others had preceded us so that the trail through the snow over the summit would be easy to walk upon. Our camp was also ready for occupancy. All was prepared for us until we had crossed the pass and came down into the valley of Gima Nu Chu River. There we overtook the advance party of villagers. They had gone to all this trouble in order that we might be assured safe conduct through the rugged mountainous country. They left us here, as travel was easy through the valley. I am purposely introducing this brief description to show in a general way the hospitality of these simple, kindly people throughout the whole trip to Lhasa. Seldom did we meet the cruel, austere native of Tibet that so many travelers love to write about. We followed down the valley of the Gima Na Chu